Let's get Camille here, Bert Show listener Camille, some help because she's awfully kind of confused. Like her husband is going above and beyond this weekend, and she's not really sure it's necessary. Hey, Camille.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
Well, I could be better. And then after this, I hope to be better.
Okay, let's go for it. What do you need?
Okay, well, I'm sure you've probably heard this type of story before, but my husband's mother is the worst. Like when we first started dating, she was sweet. She was like kind and super supportive of me, of us. But then after we got married, her energy went really, really dark. And later I found out she never thought my husband would actually go through with the wedding. So she just flipped the switch. And now that we're living in blissful peace, she is making my life a living hell through my husband because she knows he'll do anything for her and she takes advantage of it. So, we used to live in the same city. She would intentionally have him go out of his way to run errands so he had less time for me. And whatever she wants, he makes sure she gets. So I didn't want to come between their bond, and I went along with the whole thing. Well, now I'm thinking that's going to change because we moved out of state a few months ago, and she hates distance between us. So she's coming to town to visit. And I prepared the guest room, but there's a huge problem. She has a very specific aesthetic, and she decorated my husband's apartment before we met, and it looked like a hunting lodge. There were dead animal heads everywhere, dark wood, huge clunky furniture. I mean, there was a bar in the living room and guns on display. So,
not your vibe. What you're saying is, Camille, not your vibe.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel aesthetic is not popular anymore.
My vibe is simple, some gray with a pop of orange. I mean, that's what I have. Happy colors. Mm-hmm. And he wants to make the weekend go really smooth, so he wants us to redecorate. And he even bought fake frames with big game hunters in them to hang on the wall. And I think that is totally insane. But he wants to keep the peace or whatever. Mm-hmm. So should I just go along with it like I always do, or should I put my foot down?
She's staying for how long?
She's going to stay for 10 days.
10 days, okay. I think the compromise here might be you don't lift a finger. If this is what he wants to appease his mom for 10 days, I mean, even though it's her house, I understand that.
You saw my face.
Yeah, I did. You're about to jump down my throat, man. Even though it is her house, and I understand that. Look, this guy is a mama's boy. We're talking about 10 days out of your life. If this is what she wants and this is what he wants, can you put up with this for 10 days? And don't lift a finger. He does everything. But it's just 10 days.
All right. Now we're going to come in with a different perspective, Camille. Hopefully, you're going to be married to this man till death do you part. It's a long, that can be a very long time, and a very long time to put up with her. You need to establish your boundaries, and you need to establish them now. It's one thing, and I will fully admit, when certain people come over to the house, I will change out a couple of picture frames and who's in the picture frames to appease some egos. I'm totally okay with throwing a frame in a drawer and pulling out another one and popping it. But as far as actually changing the decor, absolutely not. If he wanted to throw out some extra picture frames of him with his mother so she feels extra love, all right, cool, whatever. But if he is actually thinking about changing that guest bedroom that you have lovingly set up for her and do this whole big game hunting theme, absolutely not. It's not just your home, it's our home. Yes, he does have a say, but he's doing this, he's not doing this because this is both of your aesthetics. You don't decorate your home for your mother or your mother-in-law's aesthetic. It's your home. You decorate it for you. So if I were you, I'd be like, babe, I love you, but this is our home. This is what we like. And guess what? It's okay that this is what we like.
I agree. I think you got to put your foot down, because though it may seem like 10 days, what it really is the rest of your life.
It is.
If you don't put down a boundary now, as Kristen said. So to me, home is supposed to be where you get the most peace. It's where you're supposed to be the happiest. It's where everything is supposed to remind you of you and what you love. And I feel like you cannot allow your man to continue to be afraid to step up and be a man in a situation like this. I think you got to encourage him to step up and handle this situation so you can be happy at home.
Well, you can throw peace right out the window as soon as she steps in the house. The mother-in-law steps in the house. That's gone.
And that's fine, but that's on her. You can't control how other people react. If she wants to act a fool and be that way, that's on her. What's on you is how you let it affect you.
To me, this doesn't feel like a boundary crossed. Like, it just feels like some picture frames, some decor that's going to be gone in 10 days. And I don't know what it is about, like, when parents get older, it's sort of like the switch flips in terms of, like, you have to treat them like children. Like, when I would go and stay at a family member's house for 10 days because my parents were on vacation somewhere, they might redecorate the room a little bit so it was, like, child-friendly, maybe a little bit happier because, you know, you're away from home and you want to make them feel comfortable. So I think you just got to see it as you're appeasing your husband's woman child.
All right, Camille, going into the weekend, you got some decisions to make with your husband. Do us a favor and call us back on Monday and tell us exactly what you did, okay?
Okay, will do. Thank you so much.
All right, good luck. Did I ever tell you guys a story where I was living with a dude named John and Ken, and we were friends with our friend Dwayne, who didn't have his own place. And he went out on a date with somebody and asked if he could use our apartment. So all three of us, the rest of us, go out. We go having a guy's night out while he uses our apartment.
What great wingman.
Right, totally great wingman, right? We come home that night, and he had brought in his own pictures of his family, of him, rearranged our furniture, and told her it was his place.
Shut up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
The Bert Show.